Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're taking a look at Agave Americana, the century plant.
That's the one. Big, spiky, often seen in drier spots.
Exactly. And we're digging into William Boericke's Homeopathic Materia Medica.
Right, basically his big book of substances and the symptoms they were thought to treat in homeopathy.
So our mission really is just to unpack what this historical text says about Agave Americana's uses, see what they thought back then.
Yeah, it's a fascinating look into a different way of thinking about medicine and symptoms.
Yeah.
Boericke cataloged quite a bit for this one.
Okay, so let's jump in. First up, stomach ache. It's listed for that.
Pretty general, right? Stomach pain.
Makes you wonder what specific kind of pain. Homeopathy is usually quite specific.
Exactly. There were probably other symptoms that went along with it, pointing towards agave. Moving on to something maybe more surprising.
Oh.
It mentions painful erections, specifically in the context of gonorrhea.
Wow, okay. That's very targeted.
It is. It really shows how they were trying to address very specific manifestations of diseases.
Right. And linked to that sort of is strangery.
Ah, yes, strangery. That's a difficulty urinating, painful, frequent urges, that kind of thing.
Another uncomfortable condition they associated with this plant.
And you think about the homeopathic idea, like cures like. Maybe the plant caused similar urinary irritation improvings. We don't know for sure, but it's suggestive.
Okay, now this next one sounds quite historical. Hydrophobia.
Yeah, hydrophobia, the old term for rabies.
That's, a really stark reminder of how different things were. No effective rabies treatment back then.
Precisely. So they were looking everywhere.
Yeah.
It's crucial, though, to see this purely as a historical note from the text, not, current medical fact.
Absolutely. Okay, what else? Scurvy comes up too.
It does. And Boericke lists quite specific symptoms for it.
Like
a pale face, swollen, and bleeding gums. Classic signs we now know relate to vitamin C deficiency.
Right. And also the legs having dark purple blotches, swollen, painful, hard spots.
Yes. A very distinct picture they were matching. Also mentioned are poor appetite and constipation.
So sort of general malaise symptoms too.
Tied into the overall picture, perhaps.
Now, Boericke often compares remedies. Who does he link agave to?
Good point. He lists anhelonium, lysin, which is actually related to rabies, interestingly enough, and lashic or lachesis.
Why compare them?
It helps differentiate. These might have some similar symptoms, so the comparison helps the homeopath zero in on the best match for a specific patient's unique symptom set. It's about the nuances.
Got it. And how is it prepared, does it say?
It mentions a tincture.
Okay, standard stuff. Alcohol extraction, usually.
Pretty common for plant-based remedies, yeah.
So let's recap quickly. Boericke's text linked Agave Americana to stomach pain, that specific gonorrhea symptom, painful urination, historically to rabies symptoms, scurvy-like issues, and poor appetite or constipation.
Exactly. And looking at this list really gives you a snapshot, doesn't it? It's a window into how symptoms were observed and categorized back then.
It really is. You see this attempt to find patterns and remedies in nature for things that were often poorly understood.
And it throws into sharp relief how much our understanding, particularly of disease mechanisms and treatments, has advanced. But that drive to find healing agents in the world around us, that persists.
Makes you think, doesn't it? How knowledge evolves and what observations from the past might still hold clues, even if the original interpretations were different. Something to ponder.